What is up, Cubes fam? Cubes, and I'll be back with you, and welcome back to FTBees. What's in this top barrel? Getting all the shit ready to make a shop, and getting all the shit ready to terraform my area. Lagging the crap out. Got pause and I'll be right back. Anyway, so I've been digging out the area. I actually just set up a thing for my unifier because I've been processing ingots like crazy, trying to unify them all into one thing to make room in my ME system. Okay. That's it. Alright, where are these stupid things? Do I have a chicken in here? Okay, the chickens die. Get over here, you feather-flinging... I'm so tired picking up... Anymore? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm so tired of picking up eggs. Just standing here doing shit. Okay. Sleep tonight real quick. Get rid of the rain. And I just realized... Apparently I tried to sleep while I was already in the bed. I just realized... my sound's not working. Well, looks like my game sound's not working. Again. It's a common problem for me lately. Trying to get everything packed up and ready to move down to base ground level. Oops, I don't need that. I need that. So yeah. So I've got my little thing of things to talk about here, and I think today I'm gonna talk about the archive videos that have been popping up on the channel lately. So for those of you who haven't been around long enough to know this, or bothered reading the channel description at all, will know that Cubezeno is not my first YouTube channel as a proper YouTuber. So back in the day, in ye old days... Oh, I'm picking up emeralds. Getting too close to the villager farm. So back in ye old day, I went under Chaotic Cubes Gaming. And I did that for a couple years. Let's see, the first genuine video I put out was on what's now the vlog channel. At least with the intent to being a YouTuber. There was a video that nobody will probably ever be able to find because I don't even think the channel exists anymore. That was a tribute to a franchise called Bionicle that I put out in 2009. But I don't even remember the channel name. And there's so many of them out there that it's impossible for me to even find it. It was some lame, PowerPoint thing with music behind it sort of stuff. That I put, or it was Movie Maker, that's what it was. I put together in Movie Maker. Anyway, my first real video was building a piston door, which I've done for my 4-year thing, I think it was. I did a reaction to it. I think I put that back up, but I don't know, actually. If not, I will find that and put it back up, because I actually still have that video. But yeah, so I had a lot of stuff happen with that channel, and in the end, I decided to abandon it. That happened the final time I abandoned it, and I'm really upset at myself for it because I didn't bother going back and downloading some of my content, and among the things that I believe to have lost is the entirety of my vlogging my trip to Hawaii in 2016, which really sucks because unless somewhere in storage I've got a jump drive that I haven't been able to find with that on it, what ended up happening is that I had kept those files on my computer, and then I had gotten a new computer and got my computer ready to give to a family friend, and I just clicked and dragged a whole bunch of shit and then dumped this recycling bin, and didn't find out until after the recycling bin dump that the transfer didn't go through. It just moved all the folder icons. So I hadn't bothered downloading those and had lost them. There's also quite a few gaming videos I wish that I hadn't gotten rid of. There was one called MLG Cinderblock 2015. It's one of my favorite Gmod compilations that I've done. And it was just a really good round of prop hunt. Like, sometimes I play really shitty rounds, but I wanted to show off that I was actually capable of playing the game. But yeah, and I've learned to live with that. That sort of thing happens. But anyway, I just sort of given the rundown for the old channel. But I was very ambitious back then. Oh yeah. A few other things I lost were I had done Lego Star Wars, Spore, Sims, all of which I can redo. And anyway, I made a lot of promises. I was very ambitious. I definitely went into it when I first started, looking to make it big. And now, even though I wouldn't be totally opposed if somehow I did make it big tomorrow, or whatever, it's no longer my primary objective, because I just like knowing that people are just having a good time enjoying my content. I like making the content. I like feeling like I put that smile on somebody's face that they needed that day. And it's doing something I love and feeling like I'm branching out of my bubble. I suffer from high amounts of antisocial tendencies. Which you wouldn't assume, seeing some of my interactions with some of my fellow Cubes crafters, but I'm a total hermit, and there's just no doubt about that. If allowed to, I would do everything in life when I didn't decide to go out into the world, because I'm also a bit of a, what's the word, an oxymoron, in that I'm an introvert that needs person-to-person attention, and I'm also an introvert that likes to get out and see the world sometimes. So yeah. But yeah, that really poisoned the well, so to speak, for me back then. I got obsessed with making enough content to never, no matter how much I recorded, ever run out of backlog. And I was juggling taking care of my grandma, which was literally pretty much a 24-hour job. I was juggling, trying and somewhat failing to handle college, and the area of time near the end of high school, because I did start shortly before I graduated high school into the Let's Playing portion of stuff. And it was ridiculous. Looking back, coming up with a schedule was great, but trying to do it all at once was not great. I mean, oh, that reminds me of one of the other things I lost, the original season of Modded Survival DW. Which is sad, because it was one that I actually finished without, that was before I started augmenting everything, so I didn't break the mod pack or anything. But yeah, I was doing absurd things. I was coming out with, I think, most days was 2 videos a day, um, 7 days a week, or at least 5 days a week. And I was recording at least 5 videos a day, which, as a fresh out of high school person with no job and not yet started college because my grandma had her accident, that led to me having to be her caregiver like a month after I graduated high school, because my original plan had been to go to college in the fall. But when she fell, I canceled all my plans for obvious reasons. Um, and so I had the time to be recording, few hours of video content each day, but I was working myself to the point where I went from being extremely active to I got so burnt out I had to take like a couple months off, and then content stopped for like 6 months because I ran out my backlog. And although I'd been recording content, I hadn't been editing it or uploading it, so I had this huge backlog of stuff that had not yet been edited. And I was just in a spot where then my internet speeds got screwed up for a while until I got that figured out. But it just was this whole mess to where I got super burned out for a while, came back, super burned out for a while, came back. And then we had a lot of drama happen. I know I've talked about this quite a while back now on this particular channel, about the drama that happened in the Mindbreak group. And for those of you wondering, because I know I did say some crass comments about the behavior of people involved, and I do want to let the public know that if ever some of us decide to come back together, we are all good now. It just took time, We were all kids, pretty much. I mean, not actually kids, at least for my part, but we were all young and temperamental and reckless and, everything that teenagers are. But now we're adults and we're able to be friends and all that. So, but yeah, so what was it when I did this channel? Was it 2016? The end of 2016? A lot of stuff was going on. I had to quit college to help take care of my grandma. That was very shortly before she died. So when I started this channel was the October 2016, and she died in March of 2017. I gotta pause and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry. It started mine again and then I realized I was still on pause. I had a brain fart. But yeah, let me try to find my spot again. I was feeling very demotivated with everything that was going on, and a bunch of the drama that had hit the group, and then I felt like I couldn't fill the quota that I wanted to keep, and it started to feel like YouTube wasn't doing it for me, and so I decided to quit. And I found myself again, and found that what I've since recently said about what I liked about doing YouTube. And so I decided to start doing it again, but I made the decision that I wasn't going to go back to doing chaotic cubes anymore. I was going to rebrand. I was going to redefine myself and how I did YouTube and who I was as a YouTuber. And I also wanted to give myself a fresh slate. Whereas I know that at least like 20 of my subs before had been friends and family that had asked me, or not that had asked me, that I had asked um, to sub to me. Whereas now I wanted to, prove I could do it myself. And, if I don't, I don't. But at least those who are enjoying my content are enjoying it. Not just because I asked somebody to watch my stuff or to sub to my stuff, but because they were out looking for stuff and I fit the bill. It's hard to get that, and like having friends and family watching your stuff is great, but there's also a barrier there where it's a lot better to sort of have that part of your life separate, um, free of the ridicule of people who know you well. And I'm not saying everybody does ridicule, but there are plenty of people who do, who base their judgments off of the you that they see in school or the you that they see in the house at home. Whereas, there's plenty of stuff that I've put out through YouTube, both in just sometimes it's things I've said, sometimes it's ways I've acted that aside from rare occasion, my siblings even don't necessarily see. With my biological sister, I should specify in this case, being the exception, as she was there during the whole process of that stuff developing, and in some small degree is partially responsible for some of it. So, it's difficult to then have to face friends or family that are critical and even snobby sometimes. And unfortunately, I have a lot of areas, in especially my more extended family, that are very. I love them to pieces, but they're definitely not very open-minded people. And I have no problem telling you where they think you're not right. And I don't want to deal with all that from my family. I'm okay dealing with it from random people on the internet. You know, if you're still enjoying my content, whether or not you are like that, then enjoy my content. I will gladly pay a little bit in the way of having to hash out arguments in the comments or whatever, then, have to deal with that online and then at home. Um, okay, where's that zombie? Die. Okay. There's too many things. Okay. But yeah, so now I'm uploading the archive because I want to sort of bring back some of the stuff that I think is good content. There are inside jokes that I'll occasionally go with and won't quite be understood because the content that goes with them is lost. And so some of that will be coming out for that reason. Some of it is because I want content, and since the passing of my mom, I haven't been able to record very much because I've just not been feeling up to it. And when I have, I just haven't had the time. Things have been kind of mad. Um, but yeah, so I really hope you guys do enjoy that flashback at some of the stuff I've done before. I do know that there's at least a small handful of stuff that's vlog content that is going up on the vlog channel. I've got my Weird Al concert with Tyler, and I think one of the movie things we did. And if I haven't re-uploaded those yet, I will when I get to them. I'm not gonna say soon because I don't really know when I'm gonna get to them. But I've got a whole archive on my external hard drive. I'm slowly sifting through old video files on different devices, trying to bring everything together, um, and putting up some stuff that never actually made it up that I meant to put up. But yeah, I'm also trying to expand beyond Minecraft, but right now Minecraft is just the easiest thing and honestly one of the most relaxing things for me to do. I definitely find something weirdly therapeutic about just digging out a giant hole. And I don't really know how to explain it. It's just one of those things, you know? Um, but yeah, so I really hope you guys are enjoying the archive. And for those of you who did stick around for the Chaotic Cubes days, if there's anything you want to see, let me know because I can try to find it. There's going to be some more content hopefully coming soon with other members of the group. I've been talking about adding some of the people from the group to play with us irregularly when Zane and I do interactions. Also, I finally got to meet up with Zane the other day in person, and I have handed off to him a copy of my Enigmatica pack that I have made. So we may end up touching on that at some point. I don't know how much, because interactions, especially in the early days, was much of the same kind of pack. So I really don't know how much, but it's nice to know we might at least do it. And I've taken down the custom mod pack we were doing on Cubescraft. I'm currently trying to figure out what we want to do from here with the server because a lot of people aren't playing on it. I'm definitely considering, and this is the first I've said to anybody, so you guys are special. Can you be the first? No. I'm definitely considering once more opening up the possibility of other people applying to join the server and seeing where it goes from there. But I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. If you are interested, be sure to let me know. Because if a lot of people seem interested, then it'll be more likely to happen. I'm also trying to freshen up on dealing with plugins and stuff. I have moderated a few servers in the past, and I've got some knowledge with them, but it's been a while since I've used more than a couple of the basic ones. So I'm trying to figure out how I best want to attack that portion of things. Because I'm not honestly sure what to expect from it right now. And I don't know what we're doing. There's been talk about reviving the old Agrarian Skies with Friends. It's not quite the same though. I unfortunately that's one of the series I have no footage from, which is really sad because there were some great moments. But those are moments that I will talk about in other videos because I have actually got a list of old stories to try to bring up, and some of those are among them. One of them is a dragon fight related one. But yeah, I'm trying to do some content with group members, and I'm trying to do more content in general. And as far as this server goes, I'm really looking, and if any of you are interested, please let me know. In fact, the IP is easy enough. I think it's .com. That's the IP to this server. If you want to play, by all means, play. It's a public server, so it's not whitelisted or anything. And it's been dead a lot recently, so I would be more than happy to interact with people whenever I get on. Which I will let you know isn't as frequently as I'd like, but you know, and who knows, you might catch me on when I'm playing with Maddie. But we'll see. Gonna put that in a thing. Oh, great. Yeah, that moved one dirt. That was useful. I am... Did that go in? Or did I just lose that? Okay, that went in. I am severely overpacked here. Did that actually finish? Yay, okay. But yeah. And I'm also gonna be recording more Valheim probably soon with Zane. And yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'll catch you guys there. Don't let us go on the show them out. Sorry if this was a short episode. I've not been paying attention to my timer. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.